Well, hello Internet, and welcome to the next part of my electronic kits review tutorial series. And in this video, I'm going to continue on with the next part of the NextMaker coding and making box by Makeblock. And what we're going to do this time is I'm going to show you how to make this airplane and program it. There's going to be a microcontroller on here, and you're going to be able to turn this into a joystick you can play games with, and also an interactive toy, and a whole ton of other different things. There's a speaker in it right there, and I have a lot to do, so let's get into it. And basically, what I'm going to do is, it just talked. I'm going to show you, I think you can hear it. Basically, I went and built this whole entire guy right here, and what I'm going to do is program it. And you can see that it makes all sorts of noises, like if we have our airplane and we say that we want everybody to fasten their seatbelts. Let's see if you can hear it. And if we ask the weather reporter what the weather's like today, foggy is what it said. And it's going to be able to shoot. Also shoots lasers. And I'm also going to be able to take this airplane you see right here, and I am going to show you how to program it. So if I just go like this, and you're going to be able to see the airplane, see me, and also we're going to program everything. And it starts off pretty simply. What it's going to do whenever it first starts is it's just going to go into the basics of a speaker and how speakers work, and we're going to be able to play really high frequency sounds and things like that. Like things that only a dog can hear or a cat can hear. And then we are going to slowly build it up, and I'm going to turn this little wooden airplane right here into a remote control that I can then use to play a video game. And then we do other different motion control things. It's overall pretty crazy stuff. So let me just verify something here, and properties, and there we go, and there we go. All right, so everybody out there can hear me, I hope. If you can, just go and leave a message. I'm playing around with so many things here, and what's different is, my YouTube videos are normally very much controlled. What I'm doing here this is complete chaos. So it's fun, but at the same time, it's kind of chaos. So let's just jump in here, and like I said, it starts off very, very basic, but pretty quickly it gets very, very advanced. So here is the interface that you get with this kit, and the kit I'm using is this guy right here. It's called the NextMaker kit, and I just thought it would be fun to go through and actually show people what it looks like and how to build all this different stuff, and what a subscription box type of thing looks like. So what it's doing here is just talking about speakers and how we can tune our speaker to play different frequencies. All right, and like I said, we're going to start off simple, and then as it goes by, we'll get more and more advanced. All right, so, and if you don't do what it tells you, it gives you the opportunity to try again. So what it wants me to do here is it says that it wants me write a program to make the speaker mimic a warning sound. Now, I have it connected right now, and if I hit my space bar, you can see it's playing that frequency for 1 second 3 times. So it's just like, like a Makeblock type of setup for how we would program something like this, and we could have multiple different speakers play. So what I do as I'm trying to learn how this works is it gives me little tasks. So it says what it wants me to do is write a program that makes a speaker mimic a warning sound. So it says it wants to play a sound at a frequency of 950 hertz for 0.6 seconds. And then it wants me to play a sound at 700 hertz for 4 seconds, and then repeat the whole process 3 times. All right, so I have my speakers set up here, and I have the ability to repeat 3 times. So what I really need to do, I can just take this, and of course, just like any type of interface, programming interface like this, it has all of these capabilities built inside of it. And so it wants me to build it so that it plays at 950 hertz for how long? 0.6 seconds. And then it wants me to play, or I could, let's just do that. We don't even need this, so let's get rid of that. And then it wants me to play another one at 700 hertz for 4 seconds. and it's going to be triggered when I hit my space key. So I think you can see there how that plays. And that gave me enough points or whatever to be able to move on to the next part. So it says you use 2 speaker box to make a dual tone warning sound effect. Now try to make a single tone version. Now it wants me to use play sound at frequency, 700 block, and use a wait instead of using what it has here. So we're going to say that we want to go 1 second, and we want to then wait for 1 second. So wait 1 second, boom, like this, and let's see if that's good enough, or if it insists on this being 700. Let's see if we passed. All right, so that's the basic of how we're going to work, and I can go and share the project if I want to be very proud of my work. But I'm going to say, no, I don't. Well, is it forcing me to? I'm going to say that I do not want to do that. That's okay. Okay, good. So we move on to the next. And like I said, it pretty quickly gets way more advanced. And I went and completed all these previously just to be able to go and play around. So now it's going to do the sound effects, which is going to be dramatically different. And that's what you heard at the very beginning. Whenever here you can, well, it's not going to work now. But I'm going to set it up so that whenever I press on these different parts of the microcontroller, okay, it is doing it, that it's going to play different sounds. And it also, the microcontroller can go and sense that everything is on an angle. Let's see if that triggers. No, it didn't. So we're going to have to reprogram that part of it. So we're going to just take these different events and make our airplane more and more advanced. And there's little videos and so forth that you can also watch. Let's say view the reference program. Oh, I'm just going to say I haven't programmed anything yet. Okay, so the airplane is taking off. Make a takeoff sound for it. Make this happen when the button is pressed. The airplane says 3, 2, 1, start. Okay, so we're going to say when the button is pressed, and when button is pressed, let's drag that over there, and we want to play 3, 2, 1, start. So, in order do I want it to do that? I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, start, and that's not going to be under lighting. This is going to require the extension. So I'm going to go extension, and then I think is it video or something? Might have to go back. Video, smart camera. No, that's not it. What is the extension that it wants me to put inside of here? Oh, I see what it's doing. All right. So what I need to do is just go back to step 1, like this, and it jumped ahead for me there. All right, so it's going to focus on making my airplane make good sounds or make interesting sounds, like that. And I already went and pre-built the airplane, and my daughter went and colored or painted the airplane, and because I thought that would be rather boring if I tried to do that. So it's built, skip that part. Before you start programming, connect the Halo code to Mblock. This is the Halo code, the microcontroller, that's what they call it. And let's move ahead. All right, so it says, how can we enable the airplane to make sounds? The speaker can help us. The speaker has some sound blocks. They need to be put in the block to work. So just 2 blocks, and then click them. Try the start sound. All right, so I guess I don't need that part, but I do need, let's go here. Where is the extensions normally where I go? So I'm going to go, is it speaker that it wants? Might have to look this up. Let's try adding that extension. And there is, that was it. So I just guessed and I figured it out. All right, so what it wants me to do here is it says join 2 blocks and then click them and try the start sound. So that is I can skip to this now that I have all those different pieces together. Let's say try again. Okay. When button is pressed, play the start sound. So we'll go and look for that. Where is it? Electronic sound start. This guy right here. And I need to go and get a speaker block. So I'm going to say that I wanted to do this until it's done. So grab this guy, drag it right there. Electronic sound start. And when button pressed,
3, 2, 1.
And there you go. So there is our start sound that we have for it. And let's see if I pass that. I did. Look at that. Actually, I did this thing right here also. So I should be able to pass this. No, it says it doesn't like it. And what you can do is if you're ever confused, you can just click on View Reference. And what's the difference between other people's solution and yours? Okay, so what it wants me to do is to recreate that concept, 3, 2, 1, and then electronic sound start. All right, so it's going to play the actual numbers and then play the electronic sound start until done. So, and the rest of this, it's just going to play that. All right, so let's go and fix it. So I'm going to say this is going to be a number and letter sound. So let's drop that right there. And we'll say 3. And then I can just click this and duplicate it to save some time. 3, 2, and duplicate this also. And like that. And 1, like that. Then it wants me to play a speaker sound start until it finishes. I already got the sound right there. And where is it? So I'm going to play speaker sound 1 until done and electronic sound start. So if we press this.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so I recreated what it originally did before. So move on. Hey, look at me. All right, during the flight, the airplane hits a blast of air. The air rocks the airplane, and this sets off a warning electronic sound. Reproduce the effect in the video. Think about, and what the video does is you move the airplane and it's going to make like a warning shot or a warning sound because the airplane's moving in a weird way. So what are we going to do? We're going to come in here and we're going to say when Halo code, that's the microcontroller, is shaking. Well, I want to play let's play like a warning sound or something like that. So we'll go into speaker and I will say that I want to do a warning sound. So let's say electronic sound. Is there one that says warning under? Let's look. There it is, warning, right there. So this is the one that I want to grab. So I'm just going to duplicate this guy right here and drop that inside of there and get rid of this and say that I want to play a warning sound whenever it's done. All right, and what we can do is we can actually click on that. All right, no, that's not working. All right, let's see if it's shaking. Yeah, and I moved it, and you can see here. Okay, there it goes. So now I'm able to go and program it so that whenever it moves in a weird way that it plays a warning sound. All right, did I pass? Yes, I did. Okay, it's amazing how I'm normally making what would be considered pretty advanced programming videos, and then a little kid's toy. I'm like, what does this do? Doesn't make much sense. All right, so make this happen. All right, an enemy airplane is getting closer. You need to shoot at it. All right, make this happen. When I touch sensor 0, the airplane plays the physical sound shot 3 times. So this is 0, as you may be able to see. So I have to reproduce what I did previously. All right, so let's do it. So how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to say whenever touchpad 0 is clicked on, so that's an event. So when touchpad 0 is clicked on, and I can move these out of the way if they're getting kind of busy here and popping up on top of each other. So there it is. Whenever that happens, and it says it wanted me 3 times. So what does that mean? Well, I need to do a repeat block. So I'm going to say repeat and change this to 3. And what do I want to do? I want to play a sound. So I'm going to go to the speaker and I'm going to say, what is it going to be called? Shot sounds kind of like a physical sound. So is shot in here? I don't know. Don't really see it. These are out of order though. See, there's shot and then it goes to G. Kind of weird. Okay, so let's grab this, and of course we're going to duplicate this, drop it inside of here, and take this guy and throw it there. Get rid of this one, and whenever 0 is pressed, okay, success, right? Let's see. Yay, let me pass. All right, well done. You've added some fun sounds to your airplane. Remember to upload the program, da 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 da. Don't forget to turn off the power switch of the battery holder when you're not playing the airplane. All right. Well, why don't we add some other functionality or something? You can use other events, speaker, lighting blocks to add more engaging sound and lighting effects to your airplane. So let's do that. Let's go and duplicate this one like I did before. Throw that right there. And I'm going to have touch sensor 1 do some stuff. So touch sensor 1 is back here. And what I'd like touch sensor 1 to do 3 times is, like I said before, let's try to make it so that we can say, all right, every passenger, you need to buckle your seatbelt. So buckle, there it is. So that's a physical sound. And whenever I press it, there it goes. Now I added that functionality. Let's add some more functionality. So duplicate, drop it right here, and change this to 2. And again, let's say that we want to do the weather report like I had before. So let's take the repeat block out of here, and let's drop it inside of there. And now we have 2 sensors. And let's see, what do we have over here? English word. Let's see, there, there it is. So these are all the pieces of information. Let's say we want to do windy instead. So we're going to, whenever this is clicked on, it's going to say windy. And drag this out of here. Okay, and I can say, all right, weatherman, what's the weather? Oops.
Foggy.
Well, it's still saying foggy for some reason. I don't know why. That's interesting. Let's go and try to upload. Well, yeah, oh, you know what? Click on live. Now it'll work. All right, so let's do 2, as long as it's connected.
Windy.
And it says windy.
Windy.
There you go. All right. It's a little out of control. All right, so let's go and add another. We have one more touch thing to add, so we'll go add touchpad, and we'll change this to 3. So here we are, the last touchpad we have. And like I said before, maybe we want to play like a laser sound or something like that. Let's go and duplicate this, drop it right there, and get rid of this one. And let's do some type of speaker and electronic sound. Is this where we have our laser gun? Yep, there's a laser gun. All right, so we got the laser gun, and we can drop it inside of here. And now whenever 3's hit, you can see it plays a laser gun. All right. Okay, I think we qualified, and we can move on to more advanced things like turning this into a video game controller, which is what I'm going to do next. All right, where is my video game? There it is. Oh, here's Airplane Music Box. Let's do it. All right, so review. And what it's going to do is allow me to play different notes and however I'd like. So let's go, and let's get rid of this. And it says the airplane can play melodies besides sound effects. It can turn into an airplane music box. All right, so let's go and program it so it does that. Before you start programming, connect the Halo code to USB well ahead of you. Make sounds of different notes. Click the C4 drop-down menu and select C4. Okay, so this is under speaker, I believe. And I'm going to say that I want it to play a note. So let's do a note, plays note 4, and drop this right here. And this is a C4. Does it give me any specifics? No, nothing specific. I clicked on it, and it played a C4 note. Let's go on. Thought that's what it wanted me to do. Huh, okay, let's try again. I'm not going to cheat and click on the reference thing. I'm going to just jump in here and actually play around with this. Okay, so it says, then run the blocks to hear the note. So I have C4 and 0.25. Make sounds of different notes. Click the C4 drop down. I did. And select C4. All right, I did. Obviously, it's C4. And select C4. And, oh, I think it wants me to stack them together. So let's go and duplicate this. So it wants C4 and D4, I assume. Yep, D4. And it wants me to just keep on making these over and over and over again. So this will be E4 and duplicate and F4 and G4. G4. There it is. And A4, duplicate, A4, and B4. Now let's see if I qualified with all of the objections. Let's see it. It did! Alright, so I did that also. Okay. So if we want to play a song, we should program it by following musical notation. Before moving on, let's get to know what musical notation is. And then it actually has a video here where it explains what notes are and how to read music. I mean, this thing is kind of crazy. Alright, so based on what you've learned about notes, reset the 7 blocks with the first 7 notes or the first 2 bars on the musical staff. Click the blocks to hear the notes. Okay. Oh, it wants me to go and recreate the Mary Had a Little Lamb. So I'm going to say, try again. Isn't that what that's what the video said before. So luckily, I went and actually wrote down the notes in order because it's quite complicated to do the Mary Had a Little Lamb thing. All right, so we'll do 1 for C4, and let's go and duplicate that. And then you play C4 again. Then you play G4. Let's just go and grab these out of here. So like this, and for 1 beat. And you play G4 again for 1 beat. And then you play G4 again. Mary Had a Little Lamb, very complicated song here we're playing. And I want to get A4, so let's grab that, put that there. And then we're going to do A4 again. Oh, this is for 1 beat, very specific. And duplicate. And if you're wondering how I knew this, I'm not going to force you to sit here and watch the video. Actually, I don't even know if I'm allowed to show the video. But it said that it wanted Mary Had a Little Lamb, and it just didn't put that right there. So we're going to go C4, C4, G4, G4, A4, A4, and then G4 again. So let's just duplicate G4 like that. Where is G4? There it is. And this plays for 2 beats. So 2 beats. And then we are going to play, what is the next note? I don't have Mary Had a Little Lamb memorized, but clearly you can play any song you could ever want. So let's change this to 1, and let's duplicate this, and F4, 1, and then we play E4, E4, so duplicate, like this, and we'll say E4, and duplicate, like that, E4, and then play D4, D4, C4, and then we'll have the whole entire Mary Had a Little Lamb song pre-built directly into the computer, or into the airplane. So we'll get E4, E4, we'll change this to D4, like that, and duplicate, and D4, and C4 will finish off our Mary Had a Little Lamb wonderful music that we have here. And now that I have all of those, will it let me pass? Let's see. It did. So I'm moving right along. This is a new type of video game here, isn't it? It's kind of an interactive type of video game. I mean, it's kind of neat. All right. So after changing the notes in the blocks, you also need to change the beats based on musical notation. Like I said, in the video that I showed previously, that I didn't play, it goes into what is a quarter note and all the complexity of reading music. So that's kind of neat. And if you guys want me to, if you have any questions about this, just ask me, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have if I can. All right, so change the beats in the blocks according to musical notation. So I think it wants me to set the tempo for this to 120. Let's see. Yes. So the note tempo is a bit slow now, so let's adjust it. And I can also come in here and let's do an event. And when touchpad 1 is clicked on, and play the song so you can hear it, and we'll just, I don't know, change it to 1 just to be different, and then I just press. Yeah, very slow. All right, change the note tempo in the block to the value specified on the staff. So the staff is going to have me set this to 120. All right, so there's Mary Had a Little Lamb. You are very welcome. Okay, so set note tempo. So note tempo sets note tempo to, and I think it wants it to be 120 based off of that video that I saw before. So let's set it to 120, and let's see if it likes this. Yay! Add more blocks to your script so that you can play the whole song by touching the touch sensor. No, I'm not going to do that. If you want to program another song, first find the musical notation for the song, and then you can write the program following the musical notation. But you can see right here, if I just click this, pretty neat. There you go. Congratulations. And I succeeded, and I passed yet another one. When you finish programming, and we're done. All right, so pretty cool. All right, so now is whenever it starts getting crazy, because the next thing is we're going to turn this into a remote control. So let's do a review, and let's see what we got here and what pops up. All right, and it's actually going to allow me to play or use this to control the airplane in the game. As you can see right here, the game is pre-built, and then on top of that, it also has another thing that's going to use motion sensors to be able to sense my hand movements, if I can get that to work. All right, so what are we going to do? So do you want to control the sprite plane in the game with the plane you built? It must be interesting. All right, so when you tilt your plane to the left or the right, the plane in the game is going to fly to the left or the right as well. Before you start programming, connect the Halo code. Good. First, try making the sprite plane move. So let's go and let's get rid of all that. Select the plane under the Sprites tab. So, Sprites tab. Here is the airplane. Where is the airplane? Let's try. It's not on there right now, so I think maybe I need to do this. There's the airplane. All right, so I got the airplane. Select the plane under that and drag a change X by 10 block from the motion part. So we're going to say change X by 10, like that. And then we need to redo this. So let's go like this. And you can see the airplane is moving as I click on that. All right, good. Now let's go to the next part. You just made the plane move to the right. Now, drag out another one. So change X by and change it to -10. So by clicking on both of these, we're going to be able to have our airplane move to the right and the left. So I can basically make the game like this. I still broke. All right, so I did that, and let's see. And I moved on to the next part. Next, you're going to make this happen when you tilt the Halo code to the left or the right. The sprite plane also moves to the left or right, and you can use conditional statement blocks to achieve this. All right, sounds good. You can use two if-then blocks, so events and control and if-then, and it's an if-then, not an if-then-else, your script to make your plane fly to the left or the right. Now, how do you set up the condition in the if-then block? Maybe you can find the answer in the sensing category. So we'll come in here, we'll say if, and the sensing, let's see if it's in motion. Oh, Halo code, there it is. And whenever it's saying sensing, what it's actually saying is this part. It says sensing right there, if you can't see that. All right, so let's bring this over here, and we're going to say if it tilts to the left, but I forgot which of these does that. Okay, so that's to the right, this is to the left. Then I want to change X by that, and then I can duplicate this whole entire thing and change this to 10. And now the airplane, as it turns from left to right, it is going to automatically make the sprite of the airplane on screen move left and right. So now do you set up conditions? I think I figured it out. Did I? No, it says it doesn't like it. All right, so let's go back here. Let's try again. So it says, oops, did I forget to do that? Let's change this to the right, or it might have gotten mad because it is, so we'll say tilt right and tilt left. It might have got mad because I did the left and the right, and it might be like, hey, I only told you to do one. So maybe find an answer in sensing category. Maybe we'll get rid of this, and now do it. Huh, all right, I'm going to cheat and see what it wants. Okay, tilt to the right, change X by 10, tilt to the left, -10. Isn't that what I did? Let's try it. So right is 10. Oh, I know why it didn't like it. It simply didn't like it because I had them stacked differently. I guess it prefers right. And I passed again, so that's good. Okay, to complete your script, put a when clicked box. So that's in event. When clicked, like this. And block at the top. Then click on the green and tilt your Halo code leftward or rightward to test whether the script works. So what I can do is you can see the game in the upper left-hand corner. And I'm going to test it. So let's go like this. And, all right, let's try that again. So whenever I do this, oh, I know what I have to do. So let's go Devices and Live, and it's connected. Interesting. All right, well, let's figure out why it is not working then. So let's go again, like this. And it is not going to the left or the right. I wonder why. Well, let's go back into Devices. Let's try disconnecting and then reconnecting, maybe. Or maybe I need to do this on this side. Very interesting. So let's bring this inside of here. And I'm going to disconnect, and then I'm going to reconnect. So maybe we want to go like this. Oh, it's not giving me that option. So we'll go Devices, and I'll say disconnect. And then I'm going to reconnect to the device because maybe it's having some sort of connection issue or something. All right, connected, device paired successfully. All right, so let's go back to sprites, and it says when that is clicked. Ah, you know what? I bet you I know why this isn't working, and I don't think they described it well. We need a forever block in this, and it doesn't say anything about a forever block, does it? It doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say forever, drop this here, drop that there, because otherwise what it's going to do, based off of how I programmed it the first time, is even though it didn't say that, at least I don't see it anywhere, if it is set so that when green is clicked, what it's going to do is it's going to say, is it tilted to the right, is it tilted to the left, and then it's going to check it once and never check it again. So I'm going to throw it in a forever block and see if that fixes it. It did. Look at that. Look how smart I am. I figured that out. So I'm moving the airplane. Whoops, I died. All right. I'm moving the airplane, and based off of the accelerometer inside of the airplane, it is controlling that airplane. I'm not going to get greedy. All right. And, whoops. And it's kind of neat. I mean, it's silly, but it's kind of, there's really, I mean, really, seriously, what's the difference between something like this and a Wiimote? It's basically the same thing. It's an accelerometer, and based off of the positioning of the accelerometer, it's controlling the game on the screen. So it's really, I mean, I think it's kind of neat. Let me try one more time. All right. Whoa. It's a little bit tricky, but I bet you if you play around with the pixels in regards to how everything is being displayed or how far the airplane moves, it's going to pretty dramatically change. I mean, it's not bad. See, I died. So I got a top score of 12. So pretty awesome there. All right. So, what's it say in the next thing? All right. So if the sprite plane doesn't move after you... well, now it tells me about the forever block. You think it waited long enough. All right. So it's like... so the kid is sitting here all frustrated because their airplane isn't working. and then maybe they'd click on the forever block and actually make it work. Well, we would hope so. All right. So here we go. And if you want to see a better... let's try this. If you want to see this a little bit better, there it is. Here is the airplane that we have. And there is the batteries. And all this stuff, the batteries and everything, all came inside of the kit. So it's kind of neat. And this is what it looks like on from every angle. And there it is. And this is the speaker. And this is the microcontroller. And everything's basically, it comes together in wood, like cutouts. And then you pop out the cutouts and you put them together. And how you keep them in place is you use little rubber bands here. And that's how the rubber bands are able to hold it together. And this propeller spins and everything. So it's kind of neat. And my daughter, who is 8 years old, actually painted it. and put it together. So, pretty cool. Uh-oh. That was not good. Let's make that go away. All right, so there goes my telephone. So there you are. Not very wonderful, inventive ringtone. So let's go. You can also reset the value. Now it's telling me about setting the value. So I don't know if it would work better if it went faster or if it went slower. Not quite sure. I could test it. Why don't we test it? So let's see if I can score better if I go and increase the number of pixels. It moves to the right and to the left. Let's try that. All right, so I got to get my airplane, and I need to switch back to this so you can see everything. And let's see if that makes it better. All right, so here's my airplane. It's moving quicker. All right. So I guess that's not working. It moves a little bit too quick. Let's try it again. All right. Yeah, it's moving. Yeah. Can I beat? Nah. I'll try one more time and see if I can beat my high score of 12 on this. Whereas people are going to be confused if they come to this channel thinking it's a highly advanced. No, I can't. All right. So we're going to stick with 10, and we're going to say that that is the best way. And let's see if I graduated to the next level. All right. So it says, finally, try switching the order of the two conditional statement blocks around, then click the would that really matter? I don't really think that'll matter because it's a forever block, and I can't imagine that making that change would affect the airplane's performance at all. Maybe it did. Wow. I don't understand why. Can I beat 12? No. Let's try one more time. Okay. Can I beat 12? And then the question is, why did changing... Nah, I can't beat 12. It felt like it was better at the beginning, but now I don't believe it is better. Is it flying yet? Well, this is as much as it flies, Gert. It's it's going to fly about this well. It's basically just controlling this game on the screen, and that's what we can do for it. I actually did build a rocket one time. I don't know if it would be a good idea for me to make a video about that, especially in this day and age, and especially with where I live. If I was out in the country and I was 100% positive that the rocket would not land in trees or somewhere I could start a fire, I would do that. But yeah, I don't know if anybody remembers. There used to be this crazy guy who said he was Russian, but I don't really think he was Russian. I think it was called. I know what it was. First person shooter Russia. FPS Russia. I don't know if anybody remembers that guy. But he used to go and like blow things up. He had all these like machine guns. I think he ended up getting involved in some sort of crime. Don't quote me on that. But he disappeared. Like he was so big on YouTube for like a year. And then all of a sudden he got into a trouble, or somebody he was involved with got in trouble, and he's never made a video since. Does he still make videos on YouTube? I don't know. I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, I was going to go on YouTube and see if his old videos are still on there, and if I could find out some sort of information about old FPS Russia, but that kind of different. All right, so this last one, this is a little bit weird. I'm going to see if this works, because it is going to use a camera. And I already have 2 cameras running on this at the same exact time. And I don't know if it will work. I'm going to try to make it work, but I can't guarantee anything. All right, so we need this. That's basically an alert that says that we hit the enemy, and it should make the animation where everything blows up. So we're going to use a new extension in this lesson, video sensing. We'll use it to turn the airplane battle game into a palm-controlled game. Okay, so it's called video sensing. So that means I need to go get an extension. There's like loads of extensions. So I'm type, hey, video sensing. Oh, all right, so I already got it in there. Pretty cool. All right, so we'll go back. And video sensing. There it is. All right, so let's go like this. And first, add the video sensing extension. Did that already. Well ahead of you. And don't skip the notes, because every time I skip the notes, things get crazy. Do I sound all right, Gert? Just wondering. Make sure your computer has a camera before. Probably shouldn't ask if I. Oh, okay, good. 40 minutes in. Do I sound all right? Probably not a good way to do it. The reason why is my computer was telling. Well, never mind. It's not that important. Okay, so make sure your computer has a camera before you use the video session extension. I have that. And click allow. So let's go right here. And can I do... This is going to be a big test because I'm not certain I can do this. All right, so the turn video on, like this. And is the camera going to show? Yes, it did. Hey, look at that. I have right now 3 cameras. All this is what's recording this is my iPhone. And then I have 2 C920 Logitech cameras up here, which are like webcams that are forever old. They still work great though. And so what do I care? So now you have 3 different cameras going at the same time. I seriously didn't think this was going to work while I was broadcasting. So that's kind of cool. 3 cameras at once. All right, actually, yeah, 4, because I'm also showing the browser. But that's not whatever. Okay, so you can turn off your video by clicking on the drop-down menu to select off. All right. That didn't work. All right, so let's just... Oh, I know why. Let's click up, see there. And then let's turn on. I have to actually click this little widget here to make it work. All right, cool. All right, so write the code to make this happen. When it's clicked, turn the video on. So I'm going to say when, we'll go event when clicked, this guy right here, like that, and it's going to turn the video on. But the video is already on, so all right. So let's see if I passed. Yes, I did. Okay, you can use the video direction on Sprite block to detect in which directions your palm are moving. So what this is going to do, can we do this in Python as well? I don't know if that's possible. I'm not sure. Yeah, I know with Makeblock you can get a Python version of it, but this is... I'm not certain. I'll look into it because I know they also Makeblock makes a microcontroller that can be programmed with Python, but yeah, I'm not sure. Don't see it. Okay, so let's go video direction on Sprite. So what this is going to allow me to do is go and video sensing, I bet you is where it is. Yes, video, and this says, I'm guessing it's under this. Yep, direction. There we are. So you can use the video direction on Sprite block to detect in which directions your palms are moving, and then click on the blocks for testing, then raise your palm and move it to the right or left, then from the left to right. See how the value changes. Okay, so it's saying click on the blocks for testing when raising your palm. So what's it want me to do? This is a little bit weird. So if I click on it, no, I do not see that working. Let's go next. Maybe it's playing a trick on me like it did last time, and it doesn't tell me the answer until I click to the next frame. So let's try that. Okay, the test shows that when you move your palm from left to right, the direction value is greater than 0. And when you move your palm from right to left, the direction value is less than 0. Now drag out 2 of these, or I can just duplicate it. And then it wants me to test if they are greater than or less than. So I'm going to go to the operators, and I'm just going to grab this one like that. Okay. So drag out those, block in that, and then it wants me to get one of these also. So what it's going to do is it's going to sense my hand movements inside, with the camera, and then it's going to move the airplane around as I move my hands left and right. Okay, use these blocks to program the 2 conditions of how your palm moves. So I want this inside of here. So if my move direction on Sprite, it didn't tell me how much to do. So, and I can do this. I can get this one then, and I'm just going to duplicate this, and I'll put it down here and down here. And I'm guessing on the next frame, it's going to tell me exactly how I need to change these to make them work. So let's go to the next frame and see if it does it. Oh, it says it doesn't like it. All right, so please check the block, oval slot, shouldn't cover the block. All right. What's the difference between this? Okay, so I have the turn video on, and then, oh, it's saying, okay, I got you. All right, it's saying that it wants me to change these to 0. That's all. So let's change this way, and then I'll change this to 0, and then I'll change this to 0. And I don't think it did anything else other than throw those in there. Yay, I passed again. Okay, so the scripts in this lesson and the previous lesson share a lot. The only difference is the condition. So you can just change the conditions of the script in the previous lesson. Well, I don't have the previous lessons. Okay, so put the two conditions into an if-then block. So we're going to go like this, and I'm going to say an if-then block. And we will say, change the conditions, put the da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, so I'm going to want 2 of these. So I'm going to say duplicate, drop that right there. And I'm going to say if the move direction of my hand is greater than or less than 0, it's going to move the airplane on the screen in different directions. So when you move your palm from left to right, display so that the plane, basically the plane that you're going to see here, is going to move left or right based off of my hand movements. But it's doing absolutely nothing now because it doesn't work. It's not sensing, which means I need to do a on whenever this is clicked and then throw everything into a forever block. And then on top of that, move the sprite. Did it tell me to move the sprite or not? I think it did. So I'm just going to do that and we'll test it out. So let's try, airplane. Nope, that's not it. Where is motion? Yes, change by. And how much does it want me to change by? So it's saying -5 and 5. And so I'll say -5. And then I'm going to duplicate this, drop this down here, and then change by 5. All right, so there we are. Did that make it happy? It says it's not happy, so we're going to look at this. Okay, so when clicked, oh, it wanted me to do the whole entire thing. All right, so less than is going to be -5. Pretty easy. Didn't realize. Okay, so I'm going to say that I want this right here. And I'm going to say duplicate, and I'm going to get rid of this. And then I'm going to throw everything into a forever block so that it constantly senses this. And throw this right here. And if it is less than, I'm going to change the position of these two guys. I'm going to throw this up here, and I'm going to throw this right there. So whenever it clicks, let's just test it. Does it work? It does. Look at that. So now I can control, kind of, the airplane just by moving my, oh, let's see it. I have to go over here. All right. Maybe it wants it a little bit better. So advanced, the technology that I'm working on here. Okay, so let's go to the next one. It doesn't like it. Okay, so let's look at the view reference. So it says whenever it is clicked, it wants to turn the video on. So, well, we have that set. Then, whenever it's clicked again, forever block. And if it is less than 0, so direction sprite less than 0, then go -5. Well, I did that. And then, if it is greater than 0, then change by 5. Is that not exactly what I did? So whenever this is clicked, forever block, greater than 0, then change by, oh, no, it isn't. It isn't right. It's the other way around. So let's see if I can just do this. And let's go like this. Okay, so this is going to be less than. I did it backwards. That's all. So let's just see if I can do 5 and -5. -5. Like that. And see if it likes that then. Does not like that. Come on. I think it's very, very particular. Let's try again. See, what I think it wants me to do, I think it's just being very particular. I think it wants this if block on top and then the other if block on the bottom, like that. Less than 5. Let's try that. It is particular. It insists on everything being in exactly the same position. All right, so I finished that also, and let's go and try to play it. So, okay. Okay, got it. Whoops. Whoop. I know I hit my camera. Ah! Hit my other camera. This isn't working. Let's try again. All right. Just I have to keep it here because I can only move my hands so much. Okay. And I could definitely see how a kid might really, I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's cool for me. I know when I was little, if something like this existed, I would have lost my mind. But I was a very weird kid. And let's see if I can reach over here and grab it. I don't think I can. Oh, all right. I can, but I'll hit my other camera and knock things on the floor, so I'm not going to do that. All right, so I passed another test. And let's see what the last part is here. Am I going to get my check mark? Yes, I did. And this one, I actually didn't have time to go into the specifics of it. Everything that's in the box, I think, for the most part, is it comes with these little cards like this. Let's do that. See, it comes with these little cards, and it has the different ways of programming. And it looks like to me that some of them are actually totally different. Yeah, is there an else block? Yeah, if then else. If then else. Yes. Whoops. You asked a question about something. All right. If then else is right here. Yes, it has all of that. And then in the extensions, it has all these other different capabilities. So it's just constant. But yeah, so you can see all the different projects that we looked at are all on these different cards. And they explain things like how speakers work and things like that. And there is the sensing game. And there's a coding problem. Well, that's just a picture of the speaker like that. And invent a gizmo with the speaker. So this I never even saw. Find the inspiration in everyday life and doorbells, timers, interactive dolls. And as these additional subscription kits come out, they keep getting, the projects get way more complicated. So they just keep getting crazier and crazier as time goes by. And the coding capabilities also. So I don't think there's anything in this other than draw or write down your ideas on a paper. Yeah. So what it's just trying to do is okay, we introduced all these different capabilities to you. I mean, clearly you could go in and you could design your own sprites and control everything from there and make your own video game. I mean, you can make video games with this tool. So it's kind of neat. Yeah, and the rest of this is all 100% talking about, okay, based off everything you learned, you should be able to make all these different things. And there we are. And I completed it. And it only took me 3 hours and 53 minutes. Oh, oops, you didn't say it. Here it is. This is the thing where I completed everything. This is called, my daughter was on here and messing around with this for a long period of time. And it talks about all the different things that I learned. So maybe I can put this on my resume or something for the future that I completed the Makeblock system here. And what does it do? Congratulations! And then it moves on to the next block. So what is the next block? That's the question. Here is Box 4 Preview. And it's going to be about servos. Oh, this is it. Okay, well, this is neat. I've never even opened Box 4. Well, I've opened Box 4, but I've never done anything with it. Well, okay, so you're going to be able to use servos to change the eyes. And also, you're going to be able to open it and close it and have it react. That is really cool. I don't know how Makeblock comes up with this stuff, because their stuff is very creative. Because you have to understand, Makeblock, I've know a little bit about them. You know, it's a whole bunch of engineers. And engineers aren't necessarily always extremely creative, especially in this sort of arts and craft type of way. Like this. Well, let's play it again. Like this part. Oh, I can't even get to it. But where they have like the little guide he's designed and so forth. Like the way he looks. I mean, I don't know. They're a different type of engineer. They're not hardcore tech. So, yeah, I'm going to do that in my video next week. I'm going to do this exact thing. And my daughter will probably design the whole entire thing. So it should hopefully look pretty cool. Thank you for stopping by there, Hundo. And so I think that ends the stream for today. I covered everything we can make with this little robot here and how we can program it, and you can make video games with it, and you can, play music, and how the accelerometer and all the other different parts of the microcontroller, which is this guy, and we also went through touch sensing and reactions and countless other different things. So, pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys and girls out there enjoyed it also. And I will be live streaming again on Wednesday, or on Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and again on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And basically my whole entire channel is just about doing weird things and having fun. So thank you to everybody that joined me. And like always, I'll see you next time.